like and subscribe for other future updates. Now, at 73 years old, I would still like to find a nice young black woman, older black woman, about 65 and up, to spend the rest of my life with. So my thing is this. This young lady wanted me to meet a friend of hers, blind date. So I said, okay, I'll meet her. But the situation is this. Before I meet anybody, I want to, we have to talk on the phone for 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks, to find out if we are compatible, share the same desires and goals in a relationship. Now, I feel that I have a spiritual calling. So any woman I talk to, I want them to be the woman behind the man, or the woman besides the man. No matter how you look at it, it is what it is. But let me preface something before I continue. A high value man is not does not make 6 figures, is not 6 feet tall, does not have a 6-inch penis. A high value man is one who respects, honors, and will be there for his family. A high value man is a man that will make a good husband. He is not a man that marries a woman and then, like Kevin Samuel said, then he goes out and he exercises his options. That's not a high value man. That's a narcissist. And that's why Kevin is not here today. A high value man is not going to cheat on his kid's mother. Let me reiterate that. A high value man is not going to cheat on his kid's mother. That time that he would spend cheating is the time that should be dedicated to the raising of his children and the protection and provision of his home. It should be to maintain his home, to manage his home, to do the heavy lifting while his wife do the lighter lifting, to instruct, to make sure that the family is in order. Things are being managed. And you can't do that running around spending time outside of your home, what Kevin Samuels called exercising your options. See, he's not talking about a family. He's talking about a commodity. A commodity. So now let me get back to what I'm talking about. And as a side note, when I got divorced and my wife wasn't taking care of the kids to my liking, I got custody of my kids and continued raising them. That's a high value man. A high value man is dependable and reliable and a support for the family, not just financially, but mentally, spiritually, and physically, and then financially. But anyway, I was talking to, strange thing happened. A young lady wanted me to meet a friend of hers. She said a lot of good things about her. I was kind of caught off guard, but I said okay. But my thing is this. We're going to have a conversation on the phone for 2 weeks. She's interviewing me. I'm interviewing her. Then after that 2 weeks, if the phone call interview goes okay, then we'll have an in-person meeting. And if it goes that far, then I don't mind paying for dinner and this, that, and the other. However, in this situation, it seemed like we had a little small altercation on the phone. And a misunderstanding, because texting, if you're going to get to know a person, don't do it through text. Because text, to communicate, you need, and to be understood, you need vocal variety. Vocal variety, as insofar as sound. Sound is important in communication, because you can say hi in an enthusiastic manner. You can just say hi. So in text messages, you don't get that verbal communication that is necessary, that sound in verbal communication that is necessary to be understood fully. So she misinterpreted something I said, because like I said, text messaging is cold, and it's not a way to, and it's for, a text message is for a message. It's not for communication. When it comes to getting to know a person, it's for like emergency type things. So we had a little altercation, so she responded in such a way, and I said, no, that's not how I meant. So we talked, ironed it out, continued talking. Very intelligent lady. She's got herself together. She says she's looking for a serious relationship also. Married 3 times, which was a red flag for me, but get to know her. So this is the problem. So I told her she can call me at any time. Anytime she wants to call me, call me. I don't care if it's middle of the night or whatever, because that's part of, that's the beginning part of committing to a relationship. So anyway, so she calls me, and she calls me at work, okay? And every 5 or 10 minutes, she's being interrupted. Now I'm game to talk to her, but have something to say. I don't want to make the conversation, because and then if I do make the conversation, she can't pay attention to what I'm saying while she's working. And so I told her this. And I said, well, we can call me back, we'll talk later. I'll call you back and we'll talk later. So when I called her back, it went straight to voicemail. And that has never happened before. And then when I would call her, she would always call back within a certain amount of time. So I'm trying to figure out this. And she hasn't, and this was yesterday, and she hasn't called back. And then I sent her a text saying good morning. But the reality of the situation is that I'm a high value man. And it has nothing to do with 666. It has to do with responsibility, reliability, someone who will be there when you need me. That is my value. And I'm not going to lower my value for anybody, because I know what I'm worth. But this is the part that gets me. This is what gets me. My desire is for a black woman. But I was in a grocery store, and this white woman was looking at me like she was looking at me so deeply, like she wanted to get to know me. She was friendly, and it was like she wanted to satisfy my soul. She wanted to satisfy my soul. I knew that if I gave this woman half a chance, that she would provide me with the love that I deserve, non-negotiable. She would have went out her way to make me happy. I could tell that by the way she looked at me, by the way she spoke to me. And now, should I play games with this black woman? Should I beg her I have value. Now, we've all had trauma in relationships, but I got whatever I went through, I held myself accountable, and I got over it. I held myself accountable, and then one woman I talked to, I was holding myself accountable, and then she just started, this black woman, and then she just act like I was the problem, and everything she did was perfect. And after that I said, let me stop talking. Why am I laying my heart out on the line to this woman, and she's not accountable, and she's talking to me like everything she did was right. Wrong. It wasn't. It takes two to tango. It takes two to work things out. But the question is still this. I see these brothers with white women. And these women are fulfilling their desires, helping them to accomplish their goals. Now, why should I get into a relationship with a black woman and she's carrying baggage? And she has baggage. I'm not a therapist. Not a therapist. 73 years old. I don't have all day. I don't have forever. Now is my chance to be happy for the rest of my life. And am I supposed to sacrifice that? Trying to find a black woman? Or should I take what's out there? Be happy and go on about my business. Now I'm not telling you what to do. I talked to one of my boys about this. And he was saying the exact same thing about this black woman that he's supposedly dating. And they were supposed to meet and she stood him up. I told him about the white woman that was staring at me, and it's not the first time. I told him about that. And he asked me, well, what store was it? I mean, a black woman, you have to listen to a black man. Not just listen to your girlfriend, you have to listen to a black man. And if he tells you he wants to talk on the phone and get to know you for about 2 weeks or so, then it tells you that he's serious. And he's not just looking to go out and spend money on women who only want a meal and don't know how to treat and respect a man. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll respond to it. Especially on this particular subject. Like, subscribe, stay tuned for further updates.